Hello guys, TKG is here for your comfortable LostArk life. In this video, I'd like to cover the recent updates and improvements that was live on the LostArk KL, as the KL region update progression are quite slightly ahead than the global, so I thought it'd be great to share some of those infos for your LostArk journey. Now follow me, I'll show what you need. First, let's start with the support system of the Tier 4 and Hyper Awakening. Well, actually from the beginning of the Tier 4 in KL, there was no Hyper Awakening support or pass. Instead, we have a normal Super Pass, which bring your character to about 1600 or 1610, just like normal pass. But problem of the normal pass is not supporting from the 1610 to 1620, especially that 1610, 1620 takes up plenty of goals and materials to progress. So that issue and matter was quite argued hard on the KL community, or more like the players was issued the problems and the hardship of that section. LostArk team responded quickly these matters, so now we have Hyper Awakening Pass. So actually the matter of the Tier 4 was begun from the start. Not only the guys who are racing from the 1610 to 1620 need huge amount of gold, but also for the guys who are ahead in the Tier 4 still requires huge amount of gold to progress to 1660 or 1680 or higher. And not to mention, transferring gear to Tier 4 won't reduce the gold consumption, but also requires the Tier 4 materials. So almost the Tier 4 update doubled the gold consumption. So actually a lot of guys complain about these matters. Well, back to the main part. So what does Hyper Awakening do and how it will help you to progress? It will double the artisan's energy and reduce the gold material consumption in Tier 3 Arkan gear. In addition, it has a complete challenge reward too, which give you the free elixir Transcendence. In elixir, once you clear the first gate of the Ivory Tower, you can get the 40 plus luck elixir as reward. Of course, it will give you the free elixir too. Well, a lot of guys asked me about this 40 plus luck one. I mean, it was like luck is useless. Right, it is. Even I didn't use the elixir with the luck one. Instead, with the free elixir, I made a critical 40 plus elixir easily than before. The reason was simple. As the elixir system got adjusted and modified, so now you don't have to dispose the elixir with no effective options. I mean, as the elixir last option are now can choose by your own will. But also, the free elixir cost silver during the refining action, so it got cheaper and easier. On the Transcendence, I think the situation got better, because at the first clear challenge missions, you can get the full level 3 armor Transcendence, I mean whole armor part. And of course, you can get the free Transcendence recovery ticket too. Well, for the first Tier 4 guys, this is kind of a heads up for your contents. So when you reach the Tier 4, your character level is about 1640 or higher, right? And you might be thinking, maybe I could try out the Behemoths right away. If you're thinking that, you can't. The reason is simple. Behemoths is an end contents if you don't have an 8 gear. So that means you cannot go right away with just 1640 characters. Why is that? Well, first, most of the Behemoths raid require some additional options, which known as Transcendence. Mostly, it can be represented by the numbers. Mostly, at least you have 75 plus Transcendence. Second, even with the 1640 with 75 Transcendence can be hard to clear. I mean, you can clear, but somehow your party, your 16 players supposed to be perfect to reach the end. Otherwise, you might be running low on time very much. And not to mention, from the Echidna and Behemoths requires 40 plus elixir as kind of a basic. So what I want to say is that for the first timers who reach the 1640, you cannot skip the lower rate. I mean, you cannot go to the Behemoths right away by skipping the Thermine and the Ivory Towers. Because eventually, you need those lower contents to progress to the high tiered raid. And not to mention, without it, the high contents can be tough to clear, even you'll get better on your controls. So you need to go up step by step in order to climb up to the high tier raid. Ark Passive is an improved build of the tier 4 contents. As you expect and know about these contents roughly, transferring to tier 4 gear is not meaning that you can activate the Ark Passive right away. Ark Passive is a content that needs some more time to activate completely. What does that mean? Well, as you can see, the Ark Passive is like a system that can be upgraded with the points and consisted with the tier 1 to 4. Tier 1 is mostly common stat, and from tier 2 to 4, it will enhance the character value with other effects. So in order to be better with the Ark Passive, you need certain amount of points. I mean, if you wish to be better than the tier 3 build you have, you need to have more points. So how to get more points? Well, with the accessories and from the gear and the level up or point potions. Well, actually, enlightenment points problems are mostly can be solved with the relic accessories polishing, upgrading. But the first point category requires some time, because you need to upgrade your gear to ancient levels. Mostly for the Hitmaster class, 2 armor part, and trophy class can activate the Ark Passive when you finish the 3 armor parts upgrading. So you need to clear the gear necessary in order to upgrade. So eventually, you need time. Well, actually, many people ask me about, do I have to do the advanced zoning before I transfer to tier 4? Well, actually, that is quite depends on your situation. As I remember, if you already cleared the gate 1 normal of the Echidna, you might be able to start the advanced honing with your alt characters. So if you can, it is recommended. The reason is simple. If you decided to start the advanced honing after you transfer your gear to tier 4, that will change the honing materials, but also change the advanced honing materials too. Some of the tier 3 materials can be transferred to tier 4, exchange to tier 4 materials with certain proportions, but the shard cannot be transferred. So if you transferred to tier 4 gears, that means you are going to throw away that shard with nothing. So if you have a plenty of shard, I suggest do the first stage advanced honing and then move on to the next tier. But this is just a simple recommendation. The reason is that requirements. If you already have the requirements for the advanced honing, you can do enough advanced honing, but for the new players, mostly they can't. In that case, you could park at 1620 and do the Echidna normals and then move up, but if you do that, you cannot enjoy the next tier raid or tier 4 for 5 weeks if you have to complete the whole advanced honing your armor and the weapon parts. So it is kind of maybe you could feel wasting some of your times. Or you can just ignore the advanced honing and just move off to the next tiers. That will bring you right away to the Echidna hard mode, and you can have some more options like hard first gate and do the normal second gate. So the choice is yours. Well, my recommendation, advanced honing is not forced system that you have to do it. You will do it eventually, but not forced. So in this part, I'll say do the advanced honing as far as you can afford. And after the Hyper Awakening was released in the KR region, mostly the raid ended so fast. More like the power is now overflowing, or more like inflation right now. So when the Hyper Awakening arrived on the global at October, right? That will surely less burdening of the weekly. Especially the high tier raid like Behemoth, Thermine, Echidna, even the egg gear is really vulnerable at superpower damage performance. So it might make your LostArk life more better. I can guarantee that. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching everyone, and always thanks for your big support. Hope this video was a little help for your LostArk journey. Hope you do well with your LostArk with this video. And of course, if you like my videos, hit the sub for more upcoming infos. I'll come back with more useful infos in the next video.